Korea's soft power to engage in cultural diplomacy. Citizens become public diplomats through the DREAM project.
하나, 둘, 셋. 너도 나도 공공외교.
Arts and cultural exchange is expanding to Nepal, France, Uzbekistan, and beyond, introducing Korea in various fields, including music, art, and media art.
여러분의 한 말마다, 여러분의 하나의 어떤 모습마다 우리나라의 아름다운 모습들이 잘 스며 있었으면 합니다.
Let's meet the people leading public diplomacy projects. Ministry of Foreign Affairs Cultural Cooperation Director Seung-hye, James G, and Eunice Hye. The domain of diplomacy is no longer exclusive to diplomats. It's expanding, with many Korean immigrants and exchange students introducing Korean culture overseas through many, many different methods. And joining us today on Heart to Heart are guests who are very familiar with such diplomatic methods. Hello and welcome to Heart to Heart.
Hello.
Hi. Would you like to say hello to our viewers that are watching right now?
Hi, I am Seung-hye, the Director of Cultural Cooperation and Bureau of Cultural Diplomacy at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Korea. I am in charge of all varieties of arts and culture at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and I am very happy to be here.
Hello, my name is Suk-young, James G. I'm a classical pianist and the music director for music education program that took place in Nepal this summer as part of public diplomacy. It is an honor to be here. Thanks for having me on the show.
Hello, I'm Choi Eunice Hye-youn. I'm currently a grad school student at SNU studying arts management. I've studied painting and art history in Montreal, Canada, and I came to Korea in 2012. Since then, I had some exhibitions of my own paintings in Seoul, Los Angeles, and Montreal, and worked as an assistant curator at a few museums in Seoul.
Okay, wow. So we have some very busy guests on the show. I would like to thank you once again for joining us today. And thanks for the wonderful introductions. Now, I'd like to start by talking about public diplomacy. You mentioned cultural diplomacy and public diplomacy, but for our viewers that may not have a clear understanding of what exactly public diplomacy is, could somebody give us a detailed explanation of what it is, along with some examples?
My working and is concentrate on public diplomacy. I would like to define public diplomacy is diplomacy by the people, of the people, for the people, and with the people. And public diplomacy includes cultural diplomacy first, and also policy and knowledge. And that is the difference. And what does the public diplomacy makes broader of cultural diplomacy. And also for the past, only the Korea diplomats do diplomatic affairs, but now everybody can join the diplomacy in variety, many fields.
Yes.
That I would like to define like that.
Okay, you make it sound so simple and easy. We'll have the chance to find out more about public diplomacy and many other aspects of it. Let's begin by talking about your activities in France and Nepal. First, let's hear from Hye-youn, Eunice. Could you tell us about the kinds of diplomatic activities that you engaged in France?
So we created an exhibition and had an educational program in Paris using Hangul. Because while researching about what we should do with public diplomacy, we found out that many European students are interested in learning Korean language. I think it's part of it because of Hallyu power, as you all know. So we try to introduce Hangul in a visually creative way. So we focused on aesthetics of it and design of it. So we brought many diverse artworks of Korean artists and designers who utilize Hangul as a tool for their creative activity and brought to Paris, France. Yes.
I see.
With the experience of Hangeul 산책, I think I became proud to be a Korean, I guess. And I truly believe that I got to appreciate more of the power of art in connecting people and making friends by using creativity together. And there was one thing that I wanted to say.
Yeah, it was really nice because I got to find creativity around Korean alphabet, so I really liked it. It was what I wanted to do, so it's great.
And it's very motivating because I want to learn Korean.
Yes. Yes.
Now I'd like to move on to James. The France team engaged in public diplomacy with Hangeul, as Eunice just told us. Let's hear about Nepal. So you went to Nepal, and I'd like to know about the projects that you took part in Nepal.
Well, the name of the project is MEON, M-E-O-N, and that stands for Music Education of Nepal. And our primary goal literally is to provide a high-quality music education to students in Nepal who want to learn music but do not have access to such programs. Well, part of that is because music is not included in their public school curriculum. There are no music classes there in public schools. So this year we had 13 professional musicians, a group of 13 professional musicians from different fields of music, including instrumental performance, music composition, piano tuning, and what's known as sound art or media art. It's computerized, interactive sound art type of thing. Very hard to explain. But anyway, went to Nepal to teach music classes, play concerts, and put together some music camps. This year, with the huge support from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Public Diplomacy, we were able to gather that many musicians to really embark on this project.
I see.
And I can tell you it was the most intense 2 weeks I've ever had in my life, other than the time I spent in Korean Army.
Is that intense in a good way or a bad way? Is that a negative or a positive? A good intense?
A good intense, positive. You know,
Happy to know that.
yes, it's very, very good intense. Our team leader, Hyun-min Lee, the man, he decided that we should put together 4 days of music camps, 6 full-scale concerts, all-day music classes at 3 different schools, and what's called beam projection mapping on the walls outside of National Theatre of Nepal. What it is like a beam projector mapping. I think that's what they call it. It's like kind of like a laser show, except it comes out of the beam projectors.
I see, yes.
And simultaneously, you would see this. You know, with the music, you would see this. Changing images on the walls of a building.
Yeah, beautiful.
I mean, I thought it was a crazy idea because we were carrying these two huge projectors from Korea onto the airplane, and I keep asking him, "What the heck are we doing here, man?" but it was incredible and very, very inspiring. One of the concerts we did in Nepal was at a slum. I guess that's what you call it, at a slum where people live in an incredible poverty. And our team went there to play for an audience of about 200 children who live there, which they thought at first was going to be, heartbreaking to see, but it turned out to be the most pleasantly memorable experience, according to the members who participated. We also were invited by the Embassy of Republic of Korea in Nepal to play a big concert for 250 people, about 250 people, including diplomatic corps, government personnel, local Nepal citizens, and ambassadors, and so on, which was also very successful. And with the help of public diplomacy, we were able to prepare about 200 gift bags of music theory textbooks and music notebooks and pencils to give out to the students of Nepal for them to use and for them to study music on their own. And also a very cool 2017 MEON t-shirts.
Nepalese children don't receive music education in school. Professional Korean musicians began teaching these children about the basics of music. Here, music serves as a liaison between them and the children. Public diplomacy will continue in various ways throughout the world.
안녕하세요. 제 이름은 저런입니다. 저는 NKIC third year 학생입니다. 지금 이 NKIC에 당신은 프로젝트 많이 useful. 그다음엔 I want to give thanks because you taught so many things and provide these beautiful books while I playing this piano in hymns, and I know this is very useful for me.
Actually, in Nepal, there are not so much theory classes on music, and especially there is no piano classes in Nepal.
I have learned many things through that class, piano class. Especially they taught us a really new lesson. They taught us about new techniques and new ideas in piano learning.
I am playing violin and I am learning violin. I am not perfect in a violin, but just I am learning, and I love the violin music. And the time the MEON project had come and give me some lessons so that I am able to.
I request all of you to visit once again in our place and teach us more about it. Thank you so much.
And this is a question I wanted to ask the two of you, Eunice and James. If you were given the opportunity, would you, again, take part in or engage in public diplomacy projects in the future? Do you hope to, or do you think you will continue to? Let's start with Eunice.
Okay. Actually, our team is planning to apply for another public diplomacy program next year. Hopefully we get in.
She's looking at her. Please select us, please.
Like James said, it was like frenetically crazy 2 weeks of our lifetime as well. But still, it was really inspiring, and it's just I can't really forget the memories that we had there. We became like a family, like 8 of us, our members. So, and all of our members are really interested in art and culture. Like most of them are studying art at universities here in Korea. So yeah, we're planning to apply next year for sure. And I think the theme might change though. Yeah, these days I'm interested in city and the culture of it.
I see.
So I'm thinking about how to bring the artists from Seoul and other regions and collaborate together. And I'm still finding ways to do it, but yeah, definitely I'm going to apply for it.
All right, well, good luck to you and your team.
Thank you.
What about you, James? Do
Absolutely.
You hope to... Oh, absolutely.
Because first of all, we had a great time.
Yeah.
Just to interact with people in Nepal, students in Nepal, and music teachers there. But I think the most important thing is that we found huge demands in this area, so much so that we just can't kind of let go of it. So Hyunmin and I and other members of our team are trying to find a chance, ways to help them or share with them more of what we can offer. And if we were given the chance by the public diplomacy.
Pressure.
Yes, we would love to go back and experience what we did this summer.
All right. Well, see, they both are very interested. Now, there are many, many ways, a variety of ways in which people can actually take part in public diplomacy. So the question is, can anyone take part, or are there any qualifications that need to be met? Can you just apply and become a member? I mean, how does it work?
Yeah. Actually, just the Ministry of Foreign Affairs open the doors to everybody. There is no qualifications.
I see.
And no limit. And 5 years ago, just we start a public diplomacy program. At the time, kind of only 20 or 30 people do just join the programs.
I see.
But this year we have 400 people.
400?
Yeah, to join. 400 people participated in various kind of programs of public diplomacy. And next year we want to develop more, but we never limit just anyone to join our programs. So just everybody just click our website, Public Diplomacy, and just try, please, and find what is the right program for you to join our MOFA.
폴란드 장코비 광장에서 매력 홍보 및 평창 올림픽 홍보를 합니다. 한복을 입고 거리 공연을 통해 한국을 알릴 예정입니다. 청년 공공외교단 김병찬, 김승태였습니다. 둘, 셋, 너, 나도, 공공외교!
Public diplomacy, a form of communication and cultural exchange that transcends nationalities. Young Koreans are preparing for a special performance so local people can experience and enjoy Korean culture easily. Through this, they will gain invaluable experience abroad, and foreigners will learn about Korean culture. Public diplomacy through you and me. Let's join them.
I think your stories is proof of how important public diplomacy is, how it is a very important tool in today's world. So if you could maybe choose a keyword, what would you say is the key to public diplomacy? If you could choose one keyword, each of you, and then tell us about it, how would you describe the importance of public diplomacy or the key to public diplomacy? Who would like, Director Song, would you like?
I didn't prepare this one. I need time to think.
I like this program, Heart to Heart, because it is the key word of the cultural diplomacy, Heart to Heart. I think I can borrow the title of this program as the key of the cultural diplomacy and the core of the soft power.
Thank you. James, I think you need time, or are you ready?
No, I'm fine. I think I would choose the word learning.
Learning.
About the other, but more about myself, I think. Well, you know, I've trained myself all my life as a a professional classical musician, classical pianist, and all the work I have put in to establish myself as a more mature musician and to communicate on a deeper level with the audience that are ready to listen to what I play on the stage. Now, all the work that I have put in to accomplish these, to see that I can do other things outside of that. And it's pretty amazing to see that the music is just as critical to some people in some country that I have never met, just as much as the people that are coming to listen to me in the hall. And that I think that was a very important lesson that I have learned, more so than everything I could offer them.
And last but not least, Eunice.
I'm really relieved that these two didn't mention this word because I was worried. I would say relationship.
Relationship.
Yeah, because first when I prepared this project, we all thought that, okay, let's go to Paris and introduce Hangul. Let's introduce how creative this Hangul can be used in artworks. But then as soon as we performed educational programs with them, we started to build like true relationship with the participants. Like we became friends on Facebook, and we even went to dinner with them. And one of the French lady, they kept like following us to everywhere we went.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like asking how to spell this word, how to spell that word, and like where are you guys from? Like what do you do in Seoul? Like asking so many questions, and I was just bombarded by these questions and surprised that, oh, these people are really interested in learning Korean culture and what is this all coming from? And I don't know, like exhibition was great as well, but then the experience program really led us to build a relationship with them, and that's how they got impression of Korea, like by us like being friendly to them. They just thought that, oh, like, are all Koreans friendly like you guys? So yeah, I would say relationship.
Yeah.
I see. All right, now back to Director Sun. I think you might have answered the question I was going to ask right now, but if you would like to ask, feel free. If you would like to add something, feel free to add. My last question would be for all three of you. Is there a message that you would like to deliver to those out there that are watching right now that may think that public diplomacy is a rather difficult subject or topic to approach? Those that may be willing inside but that don't have the courage to actually take that first step? Is there a message that you would like to share on our show?
Yes.
First. I'm ready for this.
You're not ready for this one. I'll start. It's fine.
Okay, cool. All right.
Well, it was my first time to experience diplomacy in a real sense, I guess. What I would say for anybody that's interested in doing something like this, to take diplomacy as simple as getting to know each other on a most fundamental level. And that was my attitude towards it this summer, because I had no idea what this was. Like public diplomacy, I have no clue what this is. So I just went there, started meeting people, and that just became diplomacy. And I think the simpler I believe, the simpler you start, the farther it'll get you. And that was the exact approach that I took this summer, if that answers your question.
Yes.
Okay.
And Director Sun, would you like to add?
Me, just my kind of upcoming project is to develop a kind of new media diplomacy, including just SNS, internet. We may just call it is fourth industrial revolution. So some countries some specialists call it digital diplomacy. So it is the time to explore a kind of new way, a kind of method to share our culture and art with more people. So it is my next project, can say a kind of smart power.
I see. I would like to thank all of you, the three of you, for joining us on our program today, Heart to Heart. It was a very, very pleasant time for me. Thank you for the opportunity for sharing with us about the projects, the work that you do, and I hope you continue to do so for a long time, and best of luck to you. I hope you get the chance to continue on to do this next year. There's a look at director's once again. Okay, well, thank you once again.
You.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.